The bear market was tough for home crypto miners. Many of you went ahead and sold your GPU mining rigs. Others parted ways with their ASIC miners. However, today's guest did actually the same thing, but he took those resources and those assets and reinvested them back into some of these projects that kept him afloat. And now, as the bull run approaches, he has become very profitable and sitting on a massive portfolio. Let's dive into today's video. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I am excited. I'm joined by Mr. Tech Hustler. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? I hope you're having an epic day.
I'm having a great day. I'm hanging out with you, which is always a ton of fun. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the bear market and some of the things that Tech Hustler did, some of those that you guys can absolutely connect with, and then how he actually spun it and came out the other side going into some really interesting projects. So you ready to get into this?
Let's go.
All right, so the bear market hits, about 2 years ago. We're really feeling the squeeze. Things aren't profitable. What did you do as a home miner and up till that point till about now where the bull run's really taken off?
Well, I mined as long as I could. I did that first, but after a couple years, it started getting taxing. The garage was getting hot, and so I was always slowing down whenever the summer would hit anyways, because I don't really have the infrastructure for intake and exhaust like I would like to, especially where I'm at right now. So I always take the summers off. I take a little break, and that way I can enjoy my garage and stuff like that. And then once again, I go back to mining in the winter time. I knew that the halving, well, actually, before we get to the halving, I started getting into these other mining projects, these DePin projects, mainly, well, of course, there's Helium, HiveMapper, and Dimo. So while I was frustrated mining at home, not making any profit, having a 1,000+ electric bill,
painful.
I don't even want to hear what yours is, but actually yours might be around 1,000 because you pay like 3 cents per kilowatt hour.
5, but it's still, this property's about 1,400. The other property is 1,500 each month. So I totally get it. Yeah.
So anyways, I got into new projects, and we've seen Helium turned out to be very profitable, and then not so much for a while. But I was mining these projects, and let's see. I guess after maybe the last year or so, we started seeing those projects wake up, like HiveMapper, Dimo, and that started blowing my mind. People were making 20 to, well, not making, but if they have been mining since I introduced the projects, and if they had been mining and saving all their coins, I've seen people make 20,000, 30,000. There was one subscriber that had a whole bunch of Demo miners, and he made around $100,000. So once I started seeing that, my attention started shifting in that direction. But anyways, that was sort of a signal that we were coming out of the bear market, just seeing some crypto go up. And, as sort of what I always do around the halving, I start selling miners.
Okay.
I prefer to wait until we see all-time highs, but then I sort of feel like I'm scalping, and if someone's not happy, that's a lot of money that has to go back and forth. So
did you sell much hardware, I'd say, during the bear market, or did you just sit on it? Like, what did you do with that? Okay.
I sat on it until a couple months ago, really.
Okay.
Once Bitcoin started turning around, I wish I would have waited longer, but I'm doing some stuff outside, of crypto, thanks to crypto, but some real estate stuff. So I needed some cash in my account.
Yeah.
So rather than sell my Bitcoin, I'd sell a couple miners.
So for the audience, like, it's really interesting. You talk a lot about these like projects and DePin and pretty much, DePin, for those of you guys that aren't familiar, has really carried the bear market. I feel like when we look at the bear market, GPU mining was making sense. ASIC miners were decently profitable, but electric rates are through the roof. So like, you know, you have heavy investment. So a lot of home miners like ourselves really retreated to these new projects. And some of them, I mean, I remember when HiveMapper came out, it was okay. You know, we were doing something, but exploded over the last few months. And we've seen a lot of them. So I think, what are your top 3 DePin projects that you feel coming through the bear market were the most profitable for you today, that have a story, have that fish story behind it, where it's like, man, I made out well, and here's where. Today's video is sponsored by the team over at MetaMiner.ai. With cryptocurrency prices beginning to rise, right now is the best time to snag that ASIC miner you always wanted. MetaMiner has stock in some of my favorite Bitcoin, 𝐋𝐨𝐲, Cardano, and Scrypt ASIC miners for super reasonable and competitive prices. Right now, I have my eyes on the S19K Pro, the Jasminer X16Q, and the IceRiver KS1 from MetaMiner. Interested in bulk order to fill out your mining farm? MetaMiner has you covered. A huge benefit that I like about MetaMiner is that they accept a wide variety of cryptocurrency as payment, perfect for us miners. Finally, connect with MetaMiner on social media. They are on all major platforms like WeChat, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Twitter. Go check out metaminer.ai today via the link in the video's description down below and tell them the hobbyist miner sent you.
Well, here's where I screwed up. You know,
He goes with the opposite.
Not with everything, but it taught me a valuable lesson, and it's something I preach but don't always practice, was to keep mining through the bear market. You know, we had the HiveMapper, and it was a pain in the butt to use at first. You had to keep your phone connected. I mean, now I still keep it connected, but you know, it was just a pain in the butt, and you would make pennies, maybe dollars a week. And after a few months, you know, I just pulled it out. You know, I was like, man, I can't deal with this right now. I'll mess with it later. And then I had the Dimo Auto Pi, which I made a ton of Demo with. But each Auto Pi is sort of, well, it was, I guess, in beta then. And it was sort of like vehicle specific on your bugs or whatever. So I was having some bugs, still trying to use it, working with Demo, going back and forth. And then I was like, well, I'm just pulling them out. I don't want to deal with it. I was having battery issues and stuff like that. And, you know, we were working on it with firmware update after firmware update, but just being in the bear market, not making any money, you know, and paying these bills, and in a YouTube bear market and everything else.
True.
I pulled them out after a couple months. And I regret it. I could have been one of those stories that my subscribers are telling me, you know, and I could be like, hey, look, I made $50,000 in Demo, or, you know, same thing with the HiveMapper, but everything's plugged in now. That's for sure. But Helium Mobile was another one. And if it was, you know, I have a partner with Helium Mobile, because if it was just me, I would have done the same thing. I would have, you know, I wouldn't even have dealt with these antennas, this setup, finding the right locations and all that. But luckily, through Twitter, I found someone, and I partnered up with a guy in Florida. So I would, you know, review the antennas and whatnot, and then send them to him, and he would put them on his tower. And we have, I believe, 3 out there. We're trying to get some more now, but mining through the bear market, you know, when Helium wasn't cool and everyone was talking bad about Helium, but just stacking up that mobile and never selling any. And that's one where we made, at one point, it was like, I believe, over $150,000.
That is awesome. Awesome. So it's
we're splitting that 50-50. So, you know, it's not on my butt.
Hey, 75 grand, I think, is phenomenal type of return on that. And
completely
I think
passive income for like, what, maybe $2 grand worth of antennas, maybe a little bit more. So
I think a lot of that lesson learned there, especially when you talk about HiveMapper, Demo, you know, Helium Mobile as well, was mining through that bear market is so valuable. And I think you are a great example of that, where like 2 out of the 3 you didn't bother with, but that last one really ended up hitting home for you. And I think it's interesting, like you very much talked about it, struggles with heat, struggles with electric rates, You know, it just, for mining, it just didn't make sense. I think a lot of this DePin stuff is absolutely going to be the future that we move into for home miners, especially
really
as electric rates stay the same, which are outrageous.
And you can buy a miner, well, you know, a sensor. Yeah, I'm going to call them a miner for a couple $100 and make like $7 a day using no electricity.
Yep.
You know, or you can spend $3,000 on a, I don't even know, the S20, S19 or something like that.
Sure. Yep.
And make $1 or $2 a day after electricity.
Yep.
So,
no, you're right. You're right.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you're absolutely right in that regard. I mean, that is one of the challenges where this bear market, I think, has been very different than past ones, where there's been alternatives. I think DePin is really something that has been new and up and coming. You know, you have a little bit more of an upfront investment with these, which is fine. I mean, the HiveMapper, I think, was like $300. I think the Dimo Pi was around that. The Helium Mobile had a little bit higher of a ceiling with their, was it CBRS radios being like 1,500 to 2,500. But it's absolutely paid off. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I made out very well with mine. I had one in Florida through Moken.io. I have one here at my house. And I mean, man, they use under like 100 watts. It's like, it's just, you set it and forget it. And look where things have come. I mean, I have done very well with mine. I rolled my HiveMapper quite a while back. I took 50% of it, rolled it into Solana. I took 50% of my Helium Multiple, rolled it into Solana. Look at Solana now, over $200. Exactly. It's like, and I haven't touched it. I've just set it. It's been a huge blessing. That has been my biggest moneymaker through the entire bear market is DePin.
Yeah, me too. And you can take the money you made and, like you said, roll it over, put it in Bitcoin, put it wherever you want, you know. So yeah, I've been bit by the DePin bug, and and you know, not every project is going to make a lot of money. No. But, you know, you diversify that portfolio, and it only takes one. You know, for me, it only took Helium. So I'm jumping on top of all these new projects. I'm not stopping ASIC mining. Sure. But, you know, it's just that I can take a break now. And there's new generations of miners are going to come out, and eventually we're going to see another bear market. You know, things are, if history repeats, things are going to go back down, and the prices of everything is going to go back down, not only crypto, but crypto miners. And that's when you want to start accumulating your miners. You want to start mining. I know people that buy miners in the bear market and don't even mine. You know, they just
store them and resell them. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I can't do that. It's tough for me to do that, but
a lot of upfront capital. So what are 3 projects that you're excited to get into? Newer projects, DePin projects, where you're like, this one, and this one.
All right, 3 projects. I do have a list here.
Okay.
I was trying to make 3.
The man prepared. Look at him. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I just didn't want to sound too much like an idiot, so I practice. But anyways, one is Streamr. That's STREAMR. That's another DePin project where I didn't get to interview them. I just ran out of time at my last DePin event in Colorado. But they can use the sensors that you already have. You know, like in your car, they're going to be able to use the cameras in your car or whatever else is in there. Anything you have, they can use, and you can earn, I guess it's Streamr token. Okay. So that's one. I haven't looked into it a lot, but it was very interesting, and I have been in communication with the team. So there's Streamr, then a mobile one, Soarchain. Soarchain, sort of like Dimo. It's got a little hardware device that you plug into your OBD2 sensor, and the device is like $80. So that's not bad at all. Right now, you're going to be earning testnet tokens, and it could be another one of those. If you just stack up enough, might not be worth a lot right now or whenever it hits mainnet, but who knows what can happen 6 months from now or a year from now. Or maybe think even longer, like the next bull run. So
people could get into it now. I mean, they're early now. If it's in testnet, that means they're in that early phase. It hasn't even gone to mainnet.
Now, mainnet is supposed to be coming soon, within a couple months.
Okay.
But I would go into it thinking it's not going to be profitable, you know, and just hold, or maybe it will be profitable. Who knows? But and another one, the Natix network. This is another mobile one. I like this because you can just use your smartphone. You use your smartphone, you get a mounted on your dash or whatever, and it detects, let's see, stop signs, car accidents, maybe emergency vehicles and stuff like that. And you earn tokens for it. And then later on, you can transfer it for a Natix token. And it's like gamified. The more you drive, the more you can earn. And it's a fun one. And like I said, you can just download the app and start using it. I think they might get a hardware device in the near future. So another one, I'm not going to say it's going to be profitable right out the bat, but it's a way you can stack some coins up for free. And who knows, maybe a year from now or something, you stack up a whole bunch of coins and it's worth 20 grand. So
yeah, I think,
those are a few projects.
Yeah, I think getting in with some of these projects with your cell phone, like as you said, it seems like a lot of these commonalities are a cell phone with an app, whatever. Then your upfront capital is very minimal versus what a lot of GPU and ASIC home miners are used to. I got to spend X and look at ROI versus what you're doing. I think a lot of these things in DePin are called miners, but you're really being paid to participate. That's kind of how I explain it to people, especially like with like Helium Mobile. I think for me, 2 projects that have caught my eye. One of them I have seen, I believe maybe 2 on your channel, but the WeatherXM one has been interesting to me. I don't know if they went to mainnet yet, but I know that they were in the test net. And then the Geonode. Is that how you spell it? Geode?
Geonode, which is the Geodnet.
Geodnet. Perfect. Thank you. See, I barely know. I get my DePin information from this guy right here.
I think that thing's making like $15 a day right now.
Wow.
The price is pumped. Well, everything's going down now, but the price has recently pumped like 50%. And pretty profitable. The device is like $600 or something like that. Save 10% with coupon code 𝐶Hustler.
There you go, right there. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. And it's one that I talked about like 2 years ago. Never pulled the trigger. 2 years
ago. Wow, good for you.
Never pulled the trigger on it. And I could be sitting on, $10,000-$15,000,
Wow. So. That's crazy.
But you live and learn. Yep. So now I'm pulling the trigger on everything now.
That is a good mindset. Like I have found that more and more, where it's like, if you're interested in something, don't hesitate, just pull that trigger and move forward with it, because you always end up regretting later. Oh, I didn't, like you even said at the top of the video, like not sticking with HiveMapper or not sticking with Dimo. And now it's like, man, there's so much potential there. So I think, guys, we're going to wrap things up there. I'd like to encourage you guys to go over to Tech Hustler's channel. If you're more interested in DePin, you're going to find that all over there. I'll link his channel and his social media. Tech Hustler, appreciate you coming to join me today. Thank you.
Hey, I need to plug real quick.
Whoa.
I'm supposed to be fighting tactical investing in the Karate Combat IFC. I believe it's May 30th at Consensus 2024. So we don't have the contract yet, but tactical, get ready for that knockout.
Nice. Make sure somebody live streams it because I want to see it. All right, guys.
We're gonna be live stream on YouTube. So
perfect. Right. Better him than me. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap things up for today. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.
Are high energy rates cutting into your crypto mining profits? Introducing Terra Hosting, your solution for first-class, hassle-free crypto mining. At Terra Hosting, we specialize in hosting services tailored for GPUs, ASICs, and AI machine learning. Say goodbye to skyrocketing electricity bills and noisy, heat-producing hardware. Our unique service offering combines low electric rates with a community blockchain-oriented data center, while ensuring your equipment stays safe and secure. With Terra Hosting, you simply set it and forget it. Contact us today to learn more and get answers to all your questions. Terra Hosting. Trust as a service.